Samsaradava naladida loka Shanaya karuna guna gunatvam Paptasakaya nagunaravasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nitya Gita Padicha Madhyam Manasudasena Omanchakam Pasutaranga Bhajo Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Shivigraharadhana Nichanana Shingaratan Mandira Marjanado Yuktasya Bhaktam Saniyunjatopi Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Chaturveda Shri Bhagavat Prasada Sadvana Chittan Hari Bhakta Sangam Hitaiva Chiptim Bhajata Sadaiva Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Samsara Dava Nalarida Loka Chunaya Karuna Guna Gunatvam Paptasakaya nagunaravasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Shri Radhika Madhava Yurapara Madhurya Lila Gunarupanam Pratikshana Swadhana Lolupasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Pratikshana Swadhana Nekunja Yuno Ratikili Siddhai Chayali Biyuktira Bhiksanina Nikunja Tatarati Daksha Rati Balabhasya Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam. Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam. Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam. Chakshadarice Asamasta Sastri Yuktastatava Vyavyateva Sadmi. Dayam Santo Prabhuya Priya Eva Tasya Bande Guru Shri Charanarvindam. Bande Guru Shri Charanarvindam. Bande Guru Shri Charanarvindam. Yasya Prasada Bhagavat Prasada Yasya Prasadana Nakatika Tobi. Dayam stupam stasya yasaschi sandam Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam. Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam. Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam. Nama Om Vishnu Pradaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paskadhyade Satarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Jaya Shri Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Nita Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Nita Gaur Hari Bol, Nita Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Nita Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parvajika Tarasatarashi Shri Srimad Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parvajika Tarasatarashi Shri Srimad Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Anantakoti Vaishnavini Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Sikoho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Dvaita Gadadhar Srivasti Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Sam Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhana Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Mayapura Dham Ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Tulasi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Gangamaya Ki Jai. Jamuna Maya Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Premananda. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Guranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Patita Pavana Ki Jai.
Thank you. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Pahladadaine. Pahladadaine. Hiranyakashipurvakshah. Hiranya Shilatankanakalaye. Shilatankanakalaye. Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimho. Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha. Yato yato yami tato Narsimha. Yato yato yami tato Bahir Narsimho. Hridaye Narsimho. Bahir Narsimho. Hridaye Narsimho. Narasimhadim Sharanam Prapade. Narasimhadim Sharanam Prapade. Tava Kara Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Shringa Dalitra Hiranyakashipu Tanubringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa. Jai Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Keshwara Kamalavare Nakam अद्भुता शृङ्गा दलित्रा हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गां केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जग हरे केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह 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 जय जय नर हरि 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 जय प्रह्लाद महाराज 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 निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
वृंदाय तुलसीदेवाय प्रियाय केशवस्य विष्णु भक्ति देवी सत्वताय नमो नमः वृंदाय तुलसीदेवाय विष्णु भक्ति देवी सत्वताय नमो नमः वृंदाय तुलसीदेवाय प्रियाय केशवस्य विष्णु भक्ति देवी सत्वताय नमो नमः वृंदाय तुलसीदेवाय वृंदाय तुलसीदेवाय प्रियाय केशवस्य विष्णु भक्ति देवी सत्वताय नमो नमः
Tulasi Krishna Yasi Namo Namaha Radha Krishna Seva Pava Hey Abhilasi Namo Namaha Yaito Mara Saranaloy Tara Vancha Purna Hoy Kripakari Karatare Vrindavanavasi Namo Namaha Tulasi Krishna Preyasi Namo Namah. Mora Abhilas Vilasa Kunje Diyova Nayane Dibasada Yugalar Parasi Hari Hari Namo Namaha Enivenadara Sakira Nugata Koro Sivadikaradiye Tora Nijadasi Namo Namaha Dina Krishna Dasi Ko Eye Namora Shri Radha Govinda Preme Sadayena Basi Shri Radha Govinda Preme Sadayena Basi Hare Krishna Jnani Kani Chapapani Brahma Hatya Dikani Cha Tani Tani Palne Sante Badekshana Bade Bade Yani Kani Chapapani Brahma Hatya Dikani Cha Tani Tani Brahma Sante Badekshana Bade Bade Yani Kani Chapapani Brahma Hatya Dikani Cha Tani Tani Prana Santi Badekshana Bade Bade Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gora Hari Bol Nita Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Gora Hari Bol Nita Gora Hari Tagora Premanandi Ki Jai Srila Prabhupada Patita Pavani Ki Jai Nitai Gora Premanandi Come on Vrindaye Tulsi Devai Priyaye Kesavaisya Cha Vishnu Bhakti Prati Devi Sachirataya Namo Namaha. Vrindaye Tulsidevaya Priyaye Keshavaya Cha Vishnu Bhakti Pali Devi Sachirataya Namo Namaha. Vrindaye Tulsidevaya Priyaye Keshavaya Cha Vishnu Bhakti Pali Devi Sachirataya Namo Namaha. Vrindaye Tulsi Devi Maharani ki jai. Oh Tulasi, beloved of Krishna, I bow before you again and again. My desires obtain the service of Shri Radha and Krishna. Whoever takes shelter of you has his wishes fulfilled. Bestowing your mercy upon him, you make him a resident of Vrindavan. My desire is that you also grant me a residence and a pleasure grows to Shri Vrindavan Dham. Thus, within my vision, I will always behold the beautiful pastimes of Radha and Krishna. I beg you to make me a follower of the cowherd damsels of Raja. Please give me the privilege of devotional service, and make me your own maidservant. This very fallen and lowly servant of Krishna praise may always swim in love. Shri Shri Radha and Govinda Tulsi Devi Maharani ki jai. Shri Chaitanya Siksastakam ki jai. Cheto Darpanam Arjanam Pavamaha Devaki Nivapanam Chaya Kaya Charika Vitanam Vidyam Jivanam Anandam Bhaktivartanam Bhaktiparam Purnam Dasvanam Sarvatma Saranam Varam Vijay Jai Krishna Sankirtanam Namamakari Bhaunani Sarvashakti Aslishyava Pudaratam Pinastumam Darshanam Mamahato Karotu Va Yata Tata Va Vidatatu Lampato Mat Prananatas Saeva Naparaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Shri Chaitanya Siksastakam ki jai. Namaste Saraswati Devi. Glory to the Shri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years. And there is this tradition of life of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large, because it spreads the rays of the benediction movement. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings. And thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. O son of Maharaj, Nanda, Krishna, I am your eternal servitor. Yet somehow or other I have fallen into this ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs on my body stand on end at the recitation of your holy name? O Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain, so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me, he is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord, unconditionally. Sri Chaitanya Siksastakam Ki Jai. Namo Vishnu. There are 10 offenses in the matter of chanting the holy names of the Lord that should be avoided, and they are as follows. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who dedicate their lives to propagating holy names of the Lord. 2. Consider names of demigods like Shiva, Lord Brahma, to be equal to independent names of Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the orders of the spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic literature pursuant to the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna as imagination. 6. To give some interpretation on the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of chanting the holy name of the Lord. 8. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities of karma kanda. 9. To instruct the faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10. To not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy names, and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions in this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must carefully guard against these 10 offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success, Krishna Prema. Now let us offer a most humble obeisance unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They are just like desired trees that can fulfill the desires of everyone, and they are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vanchakalpatarabhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Vaishnava Thakur Ki Jai. Srimad Bhagavatam Grantharaja Ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Janmadyasya Yato Nivayad Itaratas Charte Swavigyaswarat. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adhikavaye Muyanti Yatsurayaha. Tejo Varimidam Yata Vinimaya Yatra Tisargo Misha. Damna Svena Sada Nirasta Kuhakam Satyam Param Dimahi. O my Lord, Shri Krishna, son of Vasudeva. O all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I meditate upon Lord Shri Krishna because he is the absolute truth and the primeval cause of all causes, of the creation, sustenance, and destruction of manifested universes. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations. And he is independent because there is no other cause beyond him. It is he only who first imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahmaji, the original living being. By him, even the great sages and demigods are placed into illusion, as one is bewildered by the illusory representations of water seen in fire or land seen on water. Only because of him do the material universes, temporarily manifested by the reactions of the three modes of nature, appear factual, although they are unreal. I therefore meditate upon him, Lord Shri Krishna, who is eternally existent in the transcendental abode, which is forever free from the illusory representations of the material world. I meditate upon him, for he is the absolute truth. Dharma projita kaitravudra paramo nimatsaranam satam vedyam vastavam atra vastu shivadam tapatrayon munam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kim Vat Prayer Ishwaraha Sadyo Hridya Avarutya Deitra Kriti Bihi Sususubhistakshanat. Completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated. This Bhagavata Purana propounds the highest truth, which is understandable by those devotees who are fully pure in heart. The highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. Such truth uproots the threefold miseries. This beautiful Bhagavatam, compiled by the great sage Vyasadeva in his maturity, is sufficient in itself for God realization. What is the need of any other scripture? As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of Bhagavatam, by this culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within his heart. Nigama kalpataro galitam phalam sukhamukadamrita dravya samyutam Pibata Bhagavatam Rasam Alayam Muhur Aho Rasika Bhuvi Bhavakaha. O expert and thoughtful men, relish Srimad Bhagavatam, the mature fruit of the desired tree of Vedic literatures. It emanated from the lips of Sri Sukadeva Goswami. Therefore, this fruit has become even more tasteful, although its nectarian juice was already relishable for all, including liberated souls. Shinvatam swakata Krishna punya shravana kirtana hridyantaksto badrani vidunoti sruhitsatam. To hear about Krishna from Vedic literatures, or to hear from him directly through the Bhagavad Gita, is itself righteous activity. And for one who hears about Krishna, Lord Krishna, who is dwelling in everyone's heart, acts as a best-wishing friend and purifies the devotee who constantly engages in hearing of him. In this way, a devotee who constantly engages in hearing of him, a devotee naturally develops his dormant transcendental knowledge. As he hears more about Krishna from the Bhagavatam and from the devotees, he becomes fixed in the devotional service of the Lord. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 12, Verse number 25. Dritya Balisama Krishne Prarada Iva Sadraha Ahartaiso Swamedanam Ridanam Paryupasaka. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Bali Maharaj, one of the 12 authorities in the devotional service of the Lord, Bali Maharaj is a great authority in devotional service because he sacrificed everything to please the Lord and relinquished the connection of his so-called spiritual master who obstructed him in the path of risking everything for the service of the Lord. This is a very significant statement. The path of risking everything for the service of the Lord. The devotee must be ready to do this, to risk everything for the service of the Lord. The highest perfection of religious life is to attain the stage of unqualified devotional service of the Lord without any cause or without being obstructed by any kind of worldly obligation. Bali Maharaj was determined to give up everything for the satisfaction of the Lord, and he did not care for any obstruction whatsoever. He is the grandson of Prahlad Maharaj, another authority in the devotional service of the Lord. Bali Maharaj and the history of his dealings with Vishnu Vamanadeva are described in the 8th canto Srimad Bhagavatam chapter 11 to 24. Prahlada Maharaj, a perfect devotee of Lord Krishna, Vishnu. His father, Hiranyakashipu, chastised him severely when he was only 5 years old for becoming an unalloyed devotee of the Lord. He was the first son of Hiranyakashipu, and his mother's name was Kayadu. Prahlad Maharaj was an authority in the devotional service of the Lord because he had his father killed by Lord Nrsingadev, setting the example that even a father should be removed from the path of devotional service if such a father happens to be an obstacle. He had 4 sons, and the eldest son, Virochana, is the father of Bali Maharaj, mentioned above. The history of Prahlad Maharaj's activities is described in the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, we see here Bali Maharaj, he gives up his guru. Now, normally that's not supposed to be done. But if the guru makes statements that are against the Vedic authority, he's not a guru anymore. In other words, his guru told him at first that Vishnu is the goal of all, let's say, charity and sacrifices and tapasya and so forth. But when Vishnu appeared in this very special dwarf form as Vamanadev, Sukracharya told Bali Maharaj, don't give him a penny. That's Vishnu, and he's going to steal everything you have. And then, how can I get my monthly allowance if you have nothing? So this was a big red flag for Bali Maharaj, because his guru is contradicting the Shastra, contradicting himself, and saying something that is completely not bona fide. So what happens if there's a guru who begins to speak basically nonsense? You're not obliged to follow, especially if the guru goes against the Vedic knowledge and direct statements of Krishna and the Acharyas. One example, there was one very prominent sannyasi guru, and he started giving sannyas to women. Yes. Now, should women become sannyasis with dandas and so forth? No. Not at least not in the Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition. So, that was not the only deviation of that person. He deviated in many other ways. And eventually, he was punished by Krishna. So, one is a guru because they strictly follow the regulative principles, which that that particular so-called guru was not doing also. He was not following the regulative principles himself. And always speak shastrically correct statements that were spoken originally by Krishna and repeated by the acharyas. Then one is a guru. If he deviates from the regulative principles, deviates from speaking shastrically validated statements, etc., and deviates from strictly following his guru's instructions, then he's no longer a guru. It's a very simple thing. You want to be a guru, you have to speak what is in the Shastra. You cannot speak things that are speculative, made up, or your own interpretation, whatever. So, it says that Bali was a great authority in devotional service because he sacrificed everything to please the Lord and relinquished the connection of his so-called spiritual master who obstructed him on the path of risking everything for the service of the Lord. Now that's an extremely significant statement. His guru was obstructing him from risking everything for the service of the Lord. So one of these days, every one of us will be in a situation where we're risking everything for the service of the Lord. And that's a test. The test gets harder as you advance in Krishna consciousness. It doesn't get easier. Because the goal is so great that one is going to be tested very seriously. Like, it's in the Bible also. The so-called God of the Bible tests Abraham by asking him to sacrifice his only son. Put him into a fire and offer him, swaha, like that. So, you see, that's a test, and Abraham did not waver. He was a little bit uncertain, but it's still, God told him. The Christians have this saying, they say, Jesus said it, I heard it, and I'm following. That's it. Say, no, well, let's discuss this a little bit more. No. And every one of us is going to be, we're going to be in a situation where we're going to be risking everything for the service of the Lord, for the satisfaction of the Lord. And in the case of Bali Maharaj, he did not care for any obstruction whatsoever. And it says, the highest perfection of religious life is to attain to the stage of unqualified devotional service to the Lord without any cause or without being obstructed by any kind of worldly obligation. So, without any cause, what does that mean? That means that it's not because we did something that we deserve to be Krishna conscious. In other words, it's the pure mercy of the pure devotee that we are able to engage in devotional service. It's not because I'm a vegan or I gave some donation or I did some tapasya. No. It's Bhagavat Priya, or Bhagavat mercy, the mercy of a pure devotee, that we have become interested in devotional service. And because we took an interest in hearing about Krishna from genuine devotees, and that created this righteousness. And if we continue hearing from genuine devotees, and Krishna within the heart, what does he do? Krishna, who is dwelling in everyone's heart, acts as a best-wishing friend and purifies the devotee who constantly engages in hearing of him. So it's not that because I did this or I did that, I gave a big donation or I fasted and did this or that. No, it's because of the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and the Vaishnavacharyas and the devotees of Prabhupada and the followers of Prabhupada, that we've developed this interest, and it's being sustained by the regular hearing and doing service. In fact, there's a very interesting verse in the Bhagavad Gita, 6.8. It says, Gana Vijnana Dhritatma Kutasto Vijitendriya Yukta iti uchyate yogi shrama ustrasma kanchana. It's a very important verse in purport. And it says that a devotee is satisfied by acquired knowledge and realization. And such a devotee is transcendental and is self-controlled. Let's see, it's the 6th chapter, 8th verse. And he's self-controlled, and he sees everything, whether it's pebbles or stone or gold, as the same. Now, in the purport, Prabhupada quotes another verse, Atakshi Krishna Namadi Nabhavet Graham Indriyai Sevan Mukhehi Jivado Swayam Eva Spuratyata. This verse says that it's impossible to know anything about Krishna or to understand his transcendental nature, the transcendental nature of his name, form, quality, or pastimes through materially contaminated senses. Materially contaminated senses, what are they? They are senses that have been used for sense gratification. That includes the mind and the intelligence and the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. So they're contaminated. Only when one becomes spiritually saturated by transcendental service to the Lord are the transcendental name, form, pastimes, revealed to the devotee. Otherwise, one doesn't see anything. So, Prabhupada says that the Bhagavad Gita is the science of Krishna consciousness. He doesn't say it's the theory. It's a science. It's exact. It's verifiable. Why is it a science? Because it's verifiable at all times in all places. Prabhupada made devotees in Africa. He made devotees in Mongolia. He made devotees in Japan. He made devotees in Europe. He made devotees in Australia. He made devotees in India. He made devotees everywhere he went. And the same thing happened. They became enamored by Krishna and dedicated their lives. That means Krishna, the process of Krishna consciousness, and everything is described by Rupa Goswami in the Nectar of Devotion is factual. It's scientific then. It's not a theory. Theory may or may not be true. Science means you can't argue with it. It's true all the time. So the Bhagavad Gita is the science of Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada says no one can become Krishna conscious simply by mundane scholarship. It's not because you passed this test, that test, and did this and did that, and read this book and read that book, that you're qualified to understand Krishna. One must be fortunate enough to associate with a person who is in pure consciousness. Everything depends on the consciousness. It doesn't depend on the legs, the tongue, the skin, or anything like that. It depends on the consciousness of the person. One can have highly developed legs and tongue and skin and eyes and muscles and so forth, but unless their consciousness is pure, they're still a prisoner of the modes of material nature and time and lust, anger, and greed, and so forth. So the consciousness must be pure. A Krishna conscious person has realized knowledge by the grace of Krishna. It's not because of study. Because he is, and what is the proof that one has realized knowledge? He is satisfied with pure devotional service. That's the proof. It's not that, well, yeah, I'm satisfied with service, but I also have to make money, and I also have to do this, and I also have to do that. No. One is satisfied uniquely with pure devotional service. It's a very high threshold, very, very high, And it keeps getting higher the more one advances. So, a Krishna conscious person has realized knowledge by the grace of Krishna because he's satisfied with pure devotional service. By realized knowledge, one becomes perfect. Now, realized, not by academic knowledge, by realized knowledge. In other words, one time there was Malati's daughter, Saraswati, and she was only like 4 or 5 years old. Sometimes she would go on Sankirtan with the devotees, and she would preach to people. She'd say, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You should chant Hare Krishna and your life will be perfect. That's all she said. And Prabhupada said, she's the best preacher. You see? Because, did she realize this? Maybe, maybe not. But she was repeating it over and over again on Sankirtan to everybody she met. So, obviously she must have had some realization. Otherwise, why would she repeat the same thing over and over again? So, this realized knowledge is different than knowledge. Realized knowledge is a science of Krishna consciousness. So, it is the realized soul who is actually self-controlled. That's another issue. You can't be self-controlled unless you have realized knowledge. That is, you realize that Krishna is in your heart watching everything you do and hearing everything you say or think. So that's realized. Therefore, I have to be extremely careful in what I do. That means a person has realized knowledge. And they're always engaged in Krishna consciousness and always following the regulative principles and always in a happy, cheerful mood because they're satisfied simply by dint of devotional service, not by anything else. And he is transcendental because he has nothing to do with mundane scholarship, getting PhDs in colleges and things like that. Nothing to do with that. For him, but did Prabhupada get a PhD? Huh? No. Did he get a college degree? Huh? Did he get a college degree? Huh? No. He went to college. He earned the degree. He refused to take it. Right? So you can say, oh, well, he's really not that educated. He's not on the level of a scholar, of a Sanskrit scholar. No. He's better than that. Much better than that. He's a pure devotee. For him, mundane scholarship and mental speculation, which may be as good as gold to others, are of no greater value than pebbles or stone. So if you listen to the news, let's say you listen to the news or you read the newspaper, it's full of speculation. Maybe Trump's relationship with China will lead to war. Maybe it won't lead to war. Maybe Trump's treatment, maybe Trump's way of dealing with the coronavirus was bad, and and he's a murderer. He killed more than 100,000 people. People are speculating. All the news is speculation. Is it factual? No, it's not factual. It's just people's opinions. And we have to realize that a devotee has nothing to do with mundane scholarship and mental speculation. The devotee accepts the Shastra and does not give very little importance to all the speculation of the karmis. Okay, so that was one point. Now there are other points in this verse. That is, Prahlad Maharaj Prabhupada says, a perfect devotee, just like this little girl Saraswati. At 5 years old, he was an unalloyed devotee of the Lord, and because of that, his father wanted to kill him. His father's a big, huge guy who's defeated all the demigods, including everybody. And Prahlad's not afraid. Why? Because he has complete faith that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he's always chanting the holy names of the Lord. So, Prahlad is an authority in devotional service to the Lord because he had his father killed by Lord Nrsingadev. Now try and understand that. He had his father killed by Lord Nrsingadev, setting the example that even a father should be removed from the path of devotional service if such a father happens to be an obstacle. Wow. What a statement. Again, no one would dare make a statement like that. Nobody. Right? But Prabhupada has made it. He had 4 sons, and the eldest son, Virochana, is the father of Bali Maharaj, mentioned above. So, let's think about this today. Now, we're not advocating kill your father. Right? We're not advocating that. But anybody who acts as an obstacle on the path of devotional service, they should be rejected. It could be a wife, it could be a father, it could be a husband, it could be a son, it could be a daughter, it could be the neighbor, it could be this one or that one. So, when a person is rejected, it doesn't mean that you hate them or you have animosity toward them or you treat them abusively. It's just that you tolerate and ignore them because you don't want to be affected by them. So, but you always remain respectful. Prahlad Maharaj always spoke to his father with respect. He said, "Oh, greatest of the demons." That means he's the worst. Right? If you're the greatest of the demons, that means you're the worst of the demons, right? But he spoke to him respectfully and said, you know, you bug, you germ, you nonsense. No, it was the greatest of the demons. So the father took that as not an insult, but an honor. Right? But actually it is an insult. Okay, so there are a lot of points here. We'll stop right there. Are there any questions? Okay, then we will proceed to the next program, which is chanting Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki.